You ever wonder if life remembers? If the universe keeps score, even when you let things go? Sometimes karma doesn't arrive with thunder or lightning. It comes quietly, through sleepless nights, empty hearts, and a mirror that refuses to lie. When people hurt you, when they lie, betray, manipulate, or walk away, smiling after breaking you down, you start to wonder, will they ever feel what they've done? Or does the world just let them go free while you sit here carrying all the pain they caused? Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "The wrongdoer is still a human being, a brother who has lost his way, but even he knew." When someone loses their way, the universe has a way of bringing them face to face with themselves. That's karma, not magic, not revenge, just life, teaching lessons in silence. You may not see it, but those who hurt you are already walking through their own kind of storm. It's not about punishment, it's about balance, because nature hates imbalance. And every action that breaks harmony must one day be restored. Sign 1, the weight of their own mind. The first sign, karma is already working, is invisible. You won't see it in their life, you'll feel it in their silence. People who hurt others live with ghosts. They might look happy on the outside, laughing, posting, moving on, but late at night, when the noise fades, their mind turns on them. Seneca once said, "A guilty mind can't find rest." And that's the truth. They replay moments in their head. The words they said, the faces they disappointed, the kindness they destroyed. They don't talk about it, but it haunts them, because when you betray someone who loved you, you betray the purest reflection of yourself, and that reflection doesn't go away. Maybe they'll try to numb it with alcohol, hookups, distractions, or fake smiles. But it's temporary, because karma doesn't need to punish them. Their own conscience does. And here's the wild part. The quieter you become, the louder their guilt grows. That's why Stoicism tells us, don't seek revenge. Silence is louder than revenge. Indifference is heavier than anger, because your calmness reminds them of their chaos. And that's a prison they can't escape. Sign 2, everything they touched starts to crumble. You ever notice how people who act with cruelty start to attract chaos? It's like life starts showing them a mirror, not all at once, but piece by piece. They lose people the same way they lost you. They get betrayed by the same kind of person they once were. That's karma, poetic justice. Marcus wrote, "The universe is change. Our life is what our thoughts make it." When you move through life with deceit or arrogance, you invite instability. You might get away with it for a while, but not forever, because karma doesn't hit back fast. It builds up slowly, like a storm forming behind the mountains. Then one day, it breaks. They'll lose trust, they'll lose peace. They'll wonder why everything keeps going wrong. But deep down, they'll know that's life's way of saying, this is how it feels to be on the other side of your actions. You don't need to wish them harm. Life already balances its own scales. Sign 3. They start to see you rise. Without them, karma doesn't just punish through pain. Sometimes it punishes through your progress. When you move on, when you heal, grow, and start glowing again, that's when karma speaks loudest. Nothing hurts an egotistical person more than seeing someone they broke still bloom. That's justice. Seneca said, "The best revenge is to be unlike your enemy." You rise, you evolve, you stop explaining, and the silence of your success burns more than any insult could. Because when they left, they expected you to crumble, but when you didn't, that's when the real punishment began. They'll see your peace, your glow, your freedom, and something inside them will twist. They'll remember how you loved them, how patient you were, and they'll realize they threw away someone who would have walked through fire for them. That realization, that's karma, because you healed. And they're now stuck replaying a movie that no longer stars them. Sign 4, they lose themselves. People who live by manipulation eventually forget who they are. They've worn so many masks, they no longer recognize their own face. They start living in emotional debt, owing people apologies, empathy, honesty, but paying with more lies instead. That's how karma traps them. Epictetus said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." And that's where karma strikes hardest. Not in their money, not in their status, but in their soul. They become restless, chasing distractions just to avoid facing themselves. Their confidence fades, their relationships crumble. They lose the ability to love deeply because you can't give what you've destroyed in others. They'll move on to new people, but it never hits the same because once you've experienced real loyalty and lost it, everything after feels shallow. That's karma, not dramatic, not cinematic, just brutally honest. Sign 5. They face the same pain they gave you. The final sign is the most poetic one. Life brings them someone just like them. They get ghosted, betrayed, lied to, and in that moment, they understand everything. It's not revenge, it's education. The universe teaches them through experience what they once made you feel. And that's when the mask drops, the pride melts, the ego fades, and all that's left is realization. Marcus Aurelius said, "The best revenge is not to be like your enemy." Stoicism isn't about wishing pain, it's about understanding balance. When you act with integrity, you don't chase justice, you become it. And the people who hurt you, they'll meet the consequences of their own energy, just as naturally as a seed grows into the tree it came from. Excellent. Here's part 2 of your full 10,000-word cinematic documentary script for your channel Stoic Spark. Completing. Sometimes when karma begins its quiet work, it doesn't look like justice. It looks like nothing. Just a few coincidences, a random breakup, a missed opportunity, a friend who stops calling. But that's how balance re-enters the room. Quietly. Like smoke, curling back toward the fire that made it. Those who hurt you will never post about it. They won't tell anyone that their sleep feels heavier now, that food doesn't taste the same, that the laughter feels forced. But deep inside, they're carrying the weight of every lie, every manipulation, every time they made someone else feel small. And that's the unspoken justice of life. You can't outrun your own reflection. Karma's mirror one day. They'll meet someone who looks at them the way you once did. Pure, trusting, open, and they'll want to protect that. They'll promise not to mess it up, but when fear, guilt, and memory mix, they'll freeze. Because now, they finally understand what it means to hold someone's heart. That's when Marcus Aurelius's words echo back. Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. It hits them not as a quote, but as a command. They remember every time they could have been better, but chose pride instead. And pride is expensive. It always charges interest. Karma doesn't send the bill in dollars. It sends it in memories you can't erase. The echo of absence. Here's the thing about hurting good people. When they leave, they don't slam the door. They just vanish. No drama, no revenge, no closure. And that emptiness, that's karma's echo. Because the quiet after a good soul leaves is deafening. They'll scroll through old photos, reread old texts, trying to convince themselves it didn't matter, but it did. They'll remember your laugh, your patience, the way you looked at them, even when they didn't deserve it. And that memory will visit them like a ghost at 2 a.m. That's when karma whispers, you took peace for granted. Now learn what its absence feels like. The Stoic lens Seneca taught that time heals only if you use it well. But for those who never faced their wrongs, time doesn't heal, it exposes. Because as years pass, people mature. You get wiser, calmer, more centered. They just get older. Epictetus would remind us, it's not what happens to you, but how you react that matters. And that's your power. You didn't react with rage. You chose dignity. You let life handle the courtroom. That's stoicism in motion, letting the world correct itself, without you having to lift a sword. The moment of realization, there always comes that day when the person who once dismissed you crosses paths with you again, maybe online, maybe in person, and they see it, the peace, the glow, the effortless composure they couldn't break. They'll smile awkwardly, pretending to be fine, but inside, something collapses, because they'll feel what they once made you feel, replaceable. They'll realize they were a chapter in your story, but you became the entire book, and in that instant, karma completes its circle. Your side of the story. You might think, why does it still hurt then? Because healing doesn't erase memory, it rewires it. Your pain became wisdom, your loss became strength, your silence became power. Marcus said, the best revenge is to not resemble those who wronged you. So don't chase closure. You've already won it by growing past the version of yourself that needed them. They'll keep looking for people to fill the space you once occupied, but nothing will fit, because what they lost wasn't just love. It was a mirror of who they could have been, redemption. But Stoicism also teaches compassion, not pity, but understanding, because everyone who hurts others is running from their own storm. Sometimes karma isn't just punishment. It's an invitation to evolve. Maybe one day, they'll finally stop running. They'll face themselves. They'll understand the wreckage they left behind. And if that day comes, you won't need to say a word. Your forgiveness, even silent, will be their first taste of peace in years. Seneca once wrote, "How much better to heal than to seek revenge." That's what separates the wise from the wounded. The wise let go. Not because they're weak, but because they've outgrown the need for revenge. The universe balances. Quietly, karma doesn't always destroy. Sometimes it transforms. The same way winter destroys the old, leaves only so spring can return new. Life, every action plants a seed. Some bloom, some rot, but eventually every harvest comes due. And while they learn their lessons, you learn yours. To protect your peace, to love wisely, to never beg someone to see your worth again. Because the moment you stop chasing validation, the universe starts rewarding you with alignment. That's karma too, not against others. But for you, your peace is their lesson. Nothing burns more than seeing the person you underestimated turn into everything you pretended they weren't. And that's your quiet triumph. You became the evidence that goodness pays off. The patience isn't weakness. The calmness isn't lack of power. It's mastery of it. Marcus would remind us, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. So while they spiral in guilt, you build your empire of peace. Let them wonder why the chaos they once enjoyed now feels hollow. Let them realize too late that the calm soul they broke was the one thing that could have saved them. That's karma, not revenge, just reality catching up. Reflection. Maybe the point was never to see them punished. Maybe it was to realize you never needed them to lose for you to win. You see, Dharma's greatest gift isn't justice, it's clarity. It shows you who people are, so you can finally stop trying to fix what was never yours to fix. The pain they caused, that was your initiation into wisdom. Because life doesn't break you to ruin you, it breaks you to open you. And in that opening, you found your strength, your stillness, your inner Marcus, your inner Seneca, your inner Epictetus, the part of you that no betrayal can touch. Final words. So the next time you wonder if karma remembers, don't look at them. Look at yourself. You've healed, you've grown, you've reclaimed your peace. That is karma. Because while they're still explaining their pain to others, you're out here living yours into power. Marcus Aurelius said it best. What stands in the way becomes the way. They were the obstacle. Your peace became the path. So let life do its balancing act. You just keep walking. Because the universe never forgets, and the quiet justice of time always arrives right on schedule. If this spoke to you, leave your thoughts down below. I'd love to know how karma has revealed its lessons in your life. Watch other videos here on Stoic Spark to gain daily Stoic wisdom. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and tap the bell so you never miss a moment of reflection and growth. Because here, we don't chase revenge, we master peace.